Greetings and welcome to another episode of the Planetary Persuader. I'm KozMcKev, your host, and this one is for September 11th, 2020. Now, looking at the sky today, we would see the moon in the constellation of Gemini. We were looking for it, you know. We're not talking about your tropical sign right now. We're talking about where do you look for it. You know, you got to find it first, right? And the part of Gemini that the moon is in is a lunar mansion or nakshatra known as Ardra. Now, Ardra's ruling deity is Rudra. And Rudra is the storm god, and he is another guise of Shiva, you know, who is a destroyer. But, you know, don't get me wrong. I mean, Shiva destroys a lot of bad things, too. And that's part of the point. Ardra means teardrop, it means green, it means moist, it means head. Its ruling planet is Rahu, or the north node of the moon. So here we have Mercury, you know, ruling all of Gemini. And then we have the north node, which rules the head that has no body. Kind of like our more ungrounded ideas, but we want something so bad that there's no satisfaction to it. That is a lot about Rahu. That's a lot about the north node. And so we wail, we cry. Ardra, about this point in time, is actually corresponding to the summer solstice and around the time when the monsoon season begins in India and the wet season in central and southern Mexico and other places in the tropics, you know, getting even places on the East Coast, a lot more rain happens in the summertime. So these are things that are worth looking at, and Ardra is that if there wasn't sorrow and we didn't go through that emotional release, nothing would ever really grow. So we learn from that, and you know we come to this place of deeper emotion in this moon that's in Kama. Now in Western astrology we call this a Cancer moon. This beginning of Cancer moon today. And so we're thinking about mother, we're thinking about home, we're thinking about family, we're thinking about tribe, our houses, our history of our ancestors, who we came from, where we're going. That's all part of this moon. And then this moon is also a good planting moon. So if you got getting your fall garden going, this is a really good weekend for doing that, for planting things. Especially root crops like carrots and beets, because we do have a new moon this week too. Yes, we do. Yeah, we have a new moon in Virgo in both systems, and the lunar mansion, that happens Thursday morning, I believe. Don't get me wrong here. Thursday morning at 8:09 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. No, wait, not that. No, 4 in the morning Pacific Daylight Time. We have a moon in Virgo, and that moon's in the lunar mansion known as Uttara Falguni, which is 1/4 Leo, 3/4 Virgo, and it is about serving and helping others. It's also about lust for certain things and truth of the matter. Its ruling deity is Ariaman. Ruling planet is the sun. So hopefully we'll take a new start, new leadership, we'll see with this coming new moon this week. So with that said, sign by sign, we are going to get into your horoscope, starting with you, Aries. Well, I mean, I like this planetary formation right now. It's much more broken up than it was a few months ago, several months ago when we were under Kalsarpa Yoga. This is great. I mean, we're seeing things. We're seeing things all stretched out across the sky. Your creative ability is easy for you to access right now with Venus in the 5th house. So, I mean, you might have fun teaching art, you know, teaching it to your kids. You're taking care of health issues, getting organized. People at work you have problems with, you know, it could be problems with the boss sometimes, with sun moving through your 6th house. There's always some sort of authority issue with the sun, and even your own cardiovascular system. Are you taking care of yourself well? What's going on? Mars in the 1st house. Oh, isn't Mars going to go retrograde too? I think so. There's Mars already retrograde, and I haven't even mentioned that. Yeah. So yeah, Mars went retrograde on Wednesday, and it's stationed about 28 degrees Aries, so it's Aries in both systems. A lot of times when Mars goes retrograde, we get at war with ourselves. And so we have to clean up our inner life. This is actually the position of many yogis have Mars retrograde. Because, you know, in order to change the outside, there's no better strategy than to change the inside. So, why not? It couldn't hurt, you know, that's what I'd say. And so changing your inside to change the outside, I mean, I think that's enough to talk about for you. Greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. So you've got Uranus, albeit retrograde, in your first house. Elements of unpredictability. And I mean, really, here in the pandemic land and all that, who would have thunk, you know? Yeah, it's rough times, but there are many good people out there working on making things better. I mean, Virgo time for a Taurus is time to be in the heart, right here, you know, heart chakra, folks. So you want that, you know, you want that heart connection. If you have children, this is where you really communicate with them, do things with them, have fun with them. Or if you're a teacher, this is a good position to be in to get your teaching skills down. And but it's most of all staying in the heart, expressing yourself creatively, having fun, and using your own leadership ability to get to where you need to go. Okay. All right. So, so Mercury is transiting your 6th house. This is a good time to get yourself in better health. Mars is in the 12th house, you know, retrograde. So, I mean, definitely spiritual purification. Maybe doing a backpacking trip out in the wilderness to kind of cleanse yourself. But, you know, you have to... Sometimes they say you got to watch out for secret enemies and stuff. I mean, I don't know. So Neptune and Sun are opposing each other right now. Pisces, Virgo. So we want truth to take a stance against delusion. But we also want our spiritual faith to soften a lot of our harshness that we have towards ourselves and each other as fellow humans. So that's where I see the conflict. Other than that, you know, Venus and Leo, it's like you love being at home right now. I think the emphasis this week is family. And the new moon will just make your heart feel so much better. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Greetings, Gemini, and welcome to your horoscope. So we've got Mercury in Libra right now, and so we're really trying to be diplomatic. Say nice things. And we're having fun. We're having fun with our words. I remember, like, about a month ago, or a couple months ago, my brother and I, we started making up flavors of, like, ice cream for the coronavirus, you know. It's like, what kind of ice cream do you eat, you know? Like I said, it's like, Maskin and Robbins, you know. COVID chip. No, it's oh God, that one's deep. Well, I mean, North Node's in Gemini, in Mrigashira. Maybe it's in the Taurus part by now, but North Node in Gemini, we're really searching. You know, there's this energy of searching. There's also an energy of fear that we're going to somehow be destroyed if we don't get away. You know, and I mean, I live in an area that's gotten incredibly hotter in probably the last 80 years from what it was 80 years ago. And with the majority of the escalation of climate and temperature taking place after 1990. Wow. I mean, like spiking up. And, but I mean, I think there was a slow warming between the 60s and 80s, you know. It wasn't a lot comparatively, but by the end of the 80s, we knew something was up. So Gemini, something's up, and you're willing to go deep and to look into the mysteries. So you're really, you want to get deeper into the mysteries of life right now with Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter. I don't know where Saturn's at now. I'll have to go looking back in my truck or something and see where Saturn went on a vacation. And I mean, speaking of Jupiter, Jupiter does go direct on Sunday. So that should be good. All right. Greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, we're starting out this weekend with the moon in your first house. So that boosts your popularity. Virgo is about siblings and your neighbors and communication, writing. These things are going to be more important to you right now during this transit. Let's see. What else can I say about this? Just now that Jupiter's going direct and in your 7th house, so it's like, especially if you're like a woman looking for a man, your chances just got a lot better because of this movement of Jupiter in your 7th house. So that's something to consider. The new moon, it's like expect to see changes in elementary schools, high schools, ways of travel, ways of getting around, rules around that. That's where I see most of the changes. Okay. We're shifting gears here and going over into the land of Leo. So, greetings, Leo. Welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, you got Venus in the first house the rest of this month. Makes you look good. You know, morning star. And, so it also helps you relax a little bit. But, you know, Venus is also a Raja planet, so there's desires. You know, there's never enough sweets, there's never enough love, there's never enough creativity, and you're like, okay, I gotta figure that. Even while I'm having a really good time. Opportunities for you to make money are there. It seems like you're making more money. Communication is good with Mercury in the 3rd house. Working on transforming your health between Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto. Neptune in the 8th. There's an ongoing fascination with the occult and the mysteries. Mars in the 9th house is more like about getting yourself in shape. Uranus in Taurus, you know, in the midheaven, you know, electronics taking over at work, you know, artificial intelligence, yippee! Yeah, well, we're watching this, I know. Okay. So, greetings, Virgo, and welcome to your horoscope. So, this is the last, you know, full-on Friday through Thursday of Virgo energy, I suppose. You know, we're going to go through some changes next week. And, I mean, the sun, I imagine by Wednesday, is going to be moving into sidereal Virgo. So, you know, Wednesday, you'll be feeling more Virgo than ever. Jupiter and Pluto in the fifth. That's helping, and Saturn even. I mean, it's like since Jupiter goes direct this week in the fifth house, it's like expect more reward, more blessing, more ways to express yourself, a somewhat of a return to optimism, if you will. You're seeking out more spiritual relationships. I mean, you're willing to delve in the mysteries, and you really have to allow other people to own their anger rather than take it out on somebody. You know, not to be sneaky about anything. And inspiration's coming your way. This is actually kind of a social weekend for you, so I imagine you're going to have a really good time. And I mean, even Venus in the 12th house, it could be, you know, enjoying the pleasures of the bed. Which Marn loves hearing me say that. Okay. Let's go over to Libra now. Well, Mercury's in your first house. And, yeah, when is it going to leave? Mercury's in my first house. I'm waiting for it to go away. Well, it's not going to go away until the end of the month. And so, at least for this week, it's actually not only most of you Libras are sidereal Virgos, and Mercury's in sidereal Virgo. So this is really considered an exalted Mercury in another astrological system. And so I think it's something worth considering. It's like right now, you're getting the benefit of full-on intelligence. All you people, Sun in Libra, rising sign Libra, Moon in Libra. You know, especially if you're before 24 degrees. You know, all of you. Okay. Now, by Thursday, Sun's definitely in your is coming like closer to your first house. So there's like a lot of the darkness and deception, you know, this is the last week for that to really plague you. Things are going to start lifting up. And this weekend, prove your responsibility. Maybe by Sunday, there'll be a little more time for leisure, socializing. Certainly Monday looks good. Yeah, I get you. It's time. Time to go to the land of Scorpio. Okay, greetings Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope. I mean, Virgo is really a good sign for Scorpio because it rules the 11th house. It's a good house for socializing. It's fortunate. There's fun things that happen, and remember, fun. We want fun things to happen again. So you find yourself in sometimes a position of leadership, benefiting others, you benefiting from other people's leadership. If you have older siblings, they're giving you their blessing right now. Mercury in the 12th house. I really think, look for messages and dreams. All you Scorpios, look for messages and dreams this week. Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, all in the 3rd house. I mean, keep in touch with your siblings, especially if you have younger siblings. Keep the communication going. And practice your art or your craft, your storytelling, write your book, paint your picture. And you have a good vision with Neptune in the 5th house. You've got this kind of creative thing going. And some of that creative stuff is going to be shown off at work, you know, with Venus in your 10th house. So good things are happening. It's a good weekend for you. If you can get away, take a little trip, it might do you some good. All right. Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your horoscope. Jupiter going direct this week is big time. And if you're a later Sagittarius, like born like the 16th through the 21st of December, I mean, you're going to really feel much better as Jupiter's starting to move direct now. So there's new opportunities coming your way, financially. And so there's been a lot of financial restructuring. There's a lot of, otherwise it's been restructuring with your family and family members. That's been the theme. Mars in the 5th house. It's doing you good. It looks good on you. You know, you have energy. You're passionate. You're dynamic. Venus in the 9th house. I mean, who doesn't love a long distance love affair better than a Sagittarian? I can't think of anyone. and now with computer dating sites, it's so easy. I mean, this weekend I'd say lay low, and maybe by Sunday evening things will feel a little bit more fun going. All right. Well, greetings, Capricorn, and welcome to your horoscope. Virgo's another Earth sign, so I mean, Virgo fulfills a need. Virgo brings you good luck and good fortune because it's in your 9th house. Virgo is a wise teacher to you, so you listening to your teacher, you're going to gain something. You're going to gain more. Mercury is in your 10th house. That might mean some new technology at work or something else that you're dealing with that you didn't have to deal with before. Let's see. But Saturn and Jupiter and Pluto are in your 1st house, so it's like you've got a lot of wisdom. You have insight, you've got patience, you've got some good wisdom and a more optimistic outlook this week. And who could ask for anything more? Yeah, I mean, there's a little restlessness at the home front, you know, and maybe a little bit more of a lust. And it's hard sometimes to know what to do with things like that. It's a positive practice. Be a positive person, I guess. Aquarius. Greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto all in the 12th house. I mean, pay attention to your dream life. Pay attention what you're trying to get rid of. Because the 12th house is a house of losses, and this can be a really good time to just get rid of things. Like, let them go. All right, I'm cleaning up, I'm getting rid of, I'm throwing away, I'm creating a new start. I mean, you can do it in the 1st house too, but it's just really, it's a very freeing feeling, and I think it can mitigate a lot of trouble that the 12th house can bring by just getting rid of things, giving them away, paying your debts, paying bills. And I mean, 8th house rules debt. That's where the sun is in Virgo. So you know what I'm talking about. You want to get right. And love-wise, you're doing good. I mean, your love life should be sweet with Venus in the 7th house. It's helping, you know. I mean, it might be getting squared by Uranus, so it's like, oh my gosh, you know. Yeah. I mean, you know, people have affairs with their pool boy. They have affairs with their housekeeper. You know, it's something that happens sometimes. But nice people don't do that. Greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope. Now, Jupiter going direct this week. It's huge for you. It's bringing more wisdom. It's bringing more soul satisfaction. It's bringing more opportunities your way. It's helping you help others see the light. This is a time for partnership. It's a time to make peace with your coworkers, do things with other people like group shared art projects that are beautiful. And I mean, trust your intuition during this period. And Jupiter going direct in the 11th house. It seems like there's some kind of breakthrough where there'll be some more satisfying social meetings for a little bit. And it's a fun weekend for you with Moon in the 5th house. I mean, it's a pretty good horoscope for you this week. I think the new moon, you kind of just like go relax and let other people have the power. Don't, you know, keep yourself safe and devoted. You know, say the mantras, do the prayers, read the Bible, Bhagavad Gita, other uplifting books. You know, to keep your mind in a good place, even if it's just a book about pictures of national parks. That'll help. It's KozMcKev with Cosmic Forecast of the Planetary Persuader. Subscribe, ring the bell, share it on your social media page, and I look forward to being with you next week.